Welcome back to a new casted game. This time we're casting gold players. Here in the south we have Noodle playing in the color teal as the Chinese. And here in the north we have Nostanley playing as the French in the color pink. My name is Trui and with me today is Nim.
Hello everyone.
Hello Nim.
Good day, good evening, good night, good morning,
Good time
afternoon,
zone.
wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. We are on High View and it is French versus Chinese.
It's weird that they call this high view because there's a low visibility because of all the stealth forest, huh?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I haven't quite ever thought about that.
That's kind of weird. Let's look at the scout patterns. Let's see how they're going.
Yeah, so an important thing to realize about this, map is you are going to have low visibility in the center. And also around the edges of your base. Like sometimes you kind of expand away from the center of it.
That's really hard for catching the sheep, right? Sometimes you will miss out on the sheep because you just don't see them.
So the scouts
Ooh, there's a sheep here.
see through the stealth forest reasonably, right?
Yeah, but less good than normally. Right?
And outposts do too, right? So these are two important things that you have to keep in mind when you play on this map. You're gonna need some of either, some of both.
That was just on the edge like twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
Me neither.
This is never quite like ideal for China to do, where you have the villagers underneath it in the TC dropping off at the TC because China generates tax, right? China generates tax, and you would rather have. This is your gold, Haidilao.
Oh, that's far out.
This is your gold, but. Actually, I don't mind this so much. Because
But the French are gonna come with knights at like 6 minutes.
Yes. But as a Chinese, you have access to the Barbican.
True.
And I'm thinking if you drop down the Barbican here,
Oh, you got food, wood, and gold underneath.
yeah, it's a much better deal than having to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have food and gold underneath it, or gold and stone, but nah. It would be in the back as well.
These are further apart than the resources are up here, right?
Yeah, and front Barbican is always better than the back Barbican.
Yeah, I think I would prefer
BB.
the Barbican coming up
A back Barbican.
right there.
A little high from
a
the
Chamber of
scouts.
Commerce. We're actually seeing somebody move out all the way to the edge of the map to go and build it this time. I do prefer this.
Yeah, it is kind of awkward that it can go like here because of the wood, and then it can go here because it doesn't fit, and then here is gold. So it needs to be quite far out, but you know, they tried to put it as much in the corner as they can.
Yeah. Not sure I like going Chamber of Commerce and everything. But
Hey, but at least this player is placing it on the right position.
At least you're playing it at placing it at the edge of the map here, which I do suppose is better, right?
I feel like if you want to go...
No! No! Haidilao!
Why is that not a Barbican? No, that was the perfect Barbican spot.
No!
What I was going to say is, like, if you want to go for a Chamber of Commerce, I feel like against the Chinese, it would be the best. Unless they're going to go mass Shukinu. If they go mass Shukinu, that's a problem.
Okay, so they do spot this out here.
So they can go for mass Shukinu strategy right now to push.
Yeah, or they can just boom as China likes to do, but it's like, you know, if trade's on the cards, right?
Yeah.
There is a real danger that they may outboom you, right? And the Chamber of Commerce is going to make a free trader. It's going to start producing a free trader for every eco-tech that you get as a French, right? So,
yeah, so
for the French, you definitely
eco-tech.
want to get wheelbarrow, you want to get horticulture, double product, specialized pick, forestry as well.
Yeah, it's already
the
on the
shooting...
way.
40 seconds. This isn't allowed to finish before Chamber of Commerce comes up here. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think it will come up beforehand. Ooh, it's gonna be close. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Scout is gonna say a little hi to the town center, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Ooh, yeah, no, it's gonna it's not that close. It's not that close. It's gonna be like 5 more seconds.
Yeah. And you probably want to get gosh, the name eludes me.
Survival techniques.
Survival techniques for faster deer. And you probably want to get that ecotech as well. So okay, it is double products right now. We have 4 on gold. We have plenty of eco here to grab a lot of these technologies here. This is a good distribution.
Yeah. See the sale coming up, probably to counter the traders, I would assume.
Okay, I don't mind that so much. I just this was the Barbican spot though.
It was the Barbican spot.
I'm a little baffled as to why he felt like, no, I need to get the Imperial Academy in there.
I mean, I feel like he wants to buff like all the resources.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to get tax out of all of this, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I get it, but you can just do that here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Because we want to keep things safe with the Barbican.
Yeah.
China is also getting quite some.
I remember, like, this is
now.
right up next to that that stealth forest, right?
Realizing now that it's not that, safe and making that tower. It is 6 minutes in. We do not see any knights coming in because they did not go for the School of Cavalry. They did make a stable, and the first knight is being queued in. So it will be a little later, just because it's not coming from that landmark, but it will be coming.
Yeah. So already, he hasn't made any traders himself. Like you'll see, like as soon as one of those techs finishes, it queues up a trader, and when this one finishes, it will just queue up another. So this is the idea, right? You're just grabbing every single one of these techs.
Boom. That's another one. And then survival techniques will queue up the 6th trader.
Yeah.
So that will be quite some traders already.
Already going into farms. I don't know that this is a good idea. Why are we going into farms when?
Why are they not in the back?
Like we're getting survival techniques. We should be out on the deer here.
True.
I know that we're all the way out here, but this one's also available. Like it's still quite far back and everything. That knight is out, killed that scout, leaving Haidilao without a scout at all. Luckily, he does have the outpost up here.
And he does have horseman. It's not gonna fight as well as that knight's gonna be, but at least it's gonna be able to help out with the defense a little bit and stop him from charging in. Ooh, the scout might go down.
Nostanley's gonna lose his scout as well.
No scouts in the game right now. Wonder if any of these players are gonna re-queue a scout, because with all these stealth forests,
it's really important that you kind of do have some sort of vision. It really is important.
Oh, we see that there's a lot of defense things coming in on the side of the Chinese player. We do. Is this arrow slits?
This is the arrow slits, yeah. I mean, it's the Chinese version of the arrow slits, but yes.
Yeah. And then we see the +1 defense for the ranged armor. And what's the other thing that is here? Imperial excommunate. I can't read. Your name is trying to drink.
Yeah. If you look more closely, or in other words, if you examine.
Examinations.
Examination.
Yeah, I can read. And what does it do? Increases the max amount of gold carried by imperial officials. I can't read. If I just think about what the word is, I know what it is. If I try to read, I can't read. For 40 to 80%. 80%, no. Just for 40 to 80. Meaning that they don't have to go back and forward that often, basically. It's a wheelbarrow for imperial officials.
Sure, yeah, you might want to.
But then they don't walk
think
faster.
of it as such. Remember, it's always important not to actually have all your spearmen leave your base, right? If all it takes for the French is to actually just split their knights instead of having it on one control group. There are still spearmen at home, though. I do like that.
Yeah, and some horsemen came back as well. Good. How many traders are there in the meanwhile?
There's a bunch of them already.
8.
And now he's actually queuing them up himself. First villager does go down on that gold mine here.
Still no knight that has died, I think.
Yeah, and I'm a little wondering, like, what are we doing, China? Because we have 800 gold already.
Ooh, yeah.
Are we just?
Hume a lot of decks though, but you know, definitely need more food to be able to go Castle Age.
Yeah, I would love to see a wall coming up over here on this side, securing you the gold, the berries, the large stone, and the deer over here.
And, yeah, and the flank, of course.
Yeah,
Keeping
yeah.
yourself safe
and
is
then
always
you can
the thing.
then you have a little room back here
For maybe granaries even.
for the granaries, exactly.
It's a bit. Oh, bye. He was like, I'm done with this one.
But this means no was it Qing dynasty?
Yeah,
Ming
no-
dynasty.
No Barbican.
Walls
Oh.
are coming up for Nostanley.
Interesting because, you know, we would think that no
I mean, there are two golds back here. I don't
I
think
guess
he
he's trading,
really
so-
needs them without that with the trade going on.
Yeah, I
but-
think the plan of his is just that there is trade going on. So if we have walls, we can keep our trade safe.
What is with people so overcommitting to gold always? Like I feel like I never see people overcommit to food and never to wood, right?
True.
But gold is always being overcommitted to. I think
It's hard
if you're
to
a
see
gold
how
player-
much you need.
take a look at that.
I mean, they're gold players, so they gather a lot of gold. That's it.
Yeah, but like the amount of times that we've casted games, right, with gold players where they are absolutely overcommitting to gold, right? Take a look at that. Keep an eye on what's happening there.
Yeah, try to use it.
Honestly, China should already have been out here trying to kill some traders, right? He really should have pushed already with some spearmen.
Yeah, now the guild hall's coming up. I'm wondering if the French player is gonna be able to get some relics out, because they do definitely have the map control right now. Don't have the bigger army, but they do have the knights. Keep that in mind. The knights are more army value. If you look at the army value, it is 2,700 against 1,200. So that's like more than twice the army value, even though the army numbers are less.
Yeah, this is looking better, right, than some of the games we've
Yeah,
seen.
60 per.
But this
per
means like, you know, he's getting 60 on the way to and from, right? It's a lot of gold coming in for Nostanley. We'll take a look at the income per minute here,
700.
and we will see. Yeah, it's already at 700.
And are they gathering any gold right now?
They are still on gold over there.
Oh, yeah.
Over there. So they're grabbing quite a lot, but obviously they just went castle.
watch
They
out
want to
for
grab a lot of
Spearman.
these upgrades.
Oh.
Spearman coming in clutch. Did skewer one of them?
One
I
of them,
think.
but that was it. Good control of Nostanley. Nostanley was definitely on point with watching the army and noticing like, oh, there's a bunch of spearmen
The
I
thing
do
is-
not want to walk into.
So the thing is here, right? Just the equation doesn't really pan out for us, right? China went Imperial Academy,
yeah,
right? No Barbican,
no,
so they don't have faster villagers, right? They're not in Ming Dynasty.
no.
Yeah, they also went castle later than the French here because
Yep.
they have poor control over their
Gold. Yeah, they got
over their gold.
so much gold in the bank.
Like, calm down on the gold. Another raid coming in here,
They're collecting gold for like the age after Imperial Age.
so it's a good thing. You'll see, it's a good thing that Haidilao has this tower over here. Otherwise, he could not see these knights coming. It's very important that you realize that this is how this works on this map.
Yeah, so definitely always a good idea if you have a front gold to put a tower on, especially.
Berries are out, and he's working on farms already now.
Why not granaries though?
Because granaries also require
For dynasty.
the Song Dynasty. That's the one I was thinking of.
And you can't have Song Dynasty now.
Well, you can still get Song Dynasty.
But he got the gold for it.
Sorry. So every time all the dynasties I've mentioned today, they were all wrong. It's supposed to be Song Dynasty that I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very clear. Oh, there's a village.
They are on stone here. I suppose they might have been thinking about making a second TC.
Oh, yeah. maybe.
Spearmen are on the way.
They're not going to be
This
in
tower
time,
is
though.
reinforced.
No, they're not going to be in time for those villagers. Those villagers are definitely... Oh, no, they're going to run. The villagers are safe, guys. The villagers are safe.
Actually, it's because this has been reinforced, right? There's 1,000 extra health. Without that, it would have been down.
I mean, if they would have committed,
sure.
it would have been down.
And immediately repairing that tower. Good job on Haidilao.
That's
Finally
very good.
making some horsemen over to that to the trade here. This is what we needed to see, right? This trade needs to be stopped. There's already 19 traders out, and it's not stopping.
The French player is also on that boar right at the trades.
So
On the secret side.
we said, right, like
It's a
they're
sacred
bringing
boar.
in 60 resources, right? Just on a single trip, right?
Yeah, that's...
On a single back
Back
and
and
forth, they've
forward.
completely paid off their
Yep.
whole cost, right? And they need to be stopped because it scales very, very fast. Excellent control from Haidilao again. Putting all those villagers inside the TC. There are more veteran spearmen on the way.
I love how Stanley is actually... Well, no Stanley. Is actually splitting up his army to be able to harass more villagers and actually making it harder for Noodle here to follow.
React to that.
To
Yeah, because
react
your
and-
spearmen are a lot slower.
Yeah, and it will idle out more of the villagers. We're kind of a little bit sick, guys. Like, my cold is getting better, but I feel like Nim's getting more sick. So if you hear a bit of like cold noises, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the horsemen in the northeast are getting cleaned up. He ran out, like he had 2 villages underneath the town center. He ran away with those over here from the knights, but don't do that. Stick underneath your town center. Just run circles around that, because the closer that they are to your town center, those knights,
The
right?
more arrows they will take.
The more arrows, the more damage they will take. You're making it easy by running to the edge of this.
And we will see that the textiles is coming up right now for the Chinese player, noticing like, hey, I'm getting raided, so I need a little bit more defense for my villagers, making sure that they are a little bit more safe. But I think what they need, instead of textiles, I mean, they can use textiles, but what they need more than textiles right now is some walls.
It's extra villagers, to be honest. The economic unit
yes.
count is... Like there's a huge difference between these two here, and it's only still knights from Nostanley. There are no archers coming in, no archery ranges up at all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look. It is 4.
They do not need more. They do not need more. They have got like 3 times the army value right now. And look at the traders. How many traders do they have?
It's a whole bunch of them. We
20.
have 20 traders out already.
And there you go. This is like half of the villagers.
If he can't
Of
lose this,
noodles.
he can go into the village to save some of these villages here. But his army is out all the way. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Where is it?
he's building a keep.
He's
but
chasing
another army.
And you can't do this, right? You can't chase with your spearmen.
Yeah, they're just for defending.
They're not.
At home.
They're not this quick.
I
And
know-
again, now they just do a wraparound, right? They were over here. They could have defended the tree line here.
And the only thing you want right now is one knight. One knight died.
And these villages do need to be evacuated back to the town center.
They need to run immediately, because otherwise they're all gonna die. Song Dynasty came up. The Barbican did came up in the front. I'm not sure if that's a great position, but
This does
At least it
exactly
came up.
nothing.
I think it was the plan of like getting into Song Dynasty, and at least they can make granaries right now, I guess.
I guess, but like this does exactly nothing, right? It's already 30 villager kills, and these are all villager kills. Some of these, I think,
The knight,
if not all
yeah,
of these,
traders.
might just be traitors.
Yeah, look at that boar on the sacred side. It's a sacred boar.
But it's like 30 villagers is far too many, right? And I think it comes down to, hey, this should have been a Barbican,
Yeah, definitely.
right? Would have kept your gold even safer, right? That outpost is still nice.
Yeah.
I like that, but this should have been a Barbican, and the Barbican just should have been up, right? Regardless of,
Let's
I don't
do
care.
a little cinematic of that Imperial Academy here, so I can say this should have been a Barbican. Here, that's for the thumbnail people.
It really should have been a Barbican.
And I feel like there should have been a wall.
There should have been walls, right?
At least on one side.
But the thing is, like, if you just had a Barbican, right, some of your resources would have been a lot safer.
Yep. Spears should have been more to the front. Closer on the resources. Like, right on top of your villagers, you need to have some spearmen to defend them.
And that wall still does need to come up, right?
Yeah.
At the front, there should have been a wall here. There are more knights coming in over on that east side.
Don't chase the knights.
Don't chase the knights. Stop chasing the knights.
Especially because you know right now,
you
right?
need those-
They split the army.
You know-
You've seen it time and time now again. They split the army.
Actually, very good control from Nostanley going into that, though. He's making a single horseman. I think that might have been a misclick on Nostanley's part here.
Or that's the general. He just likes to do some kind of like story about this, right?
I guess Haidilao picked up like all the military text, but it's a little. It's a little strange. I don't know.
I mean, they had a lot of gold.
They had a lot of gold. Maybe that's the reason why.
Do we see any granaries coming up? Because
There is a granary here.
I'd love to see a little bit more.
We'll have to see a little bit more. Yeah,
More
no.
farms,
You, me,
more granaries.
both.
There we go.
Are we?
More.
Where did the
more.
stone go? Is it all just? Did it all just go into? Oh,
Ah, yeah. A
okay.
tiny wall.
Yeah, I feel like we've been expending all of our stone on outposts and upgrades and the like, whereas really, in order to even up that villager count, right, after having lost so many, we need a town center.
Yep, second town center. And the walls could have been just palisades. You just needed something to keep those guys from running through your base the whole time.
That's it, isn't it?
It was just stopping power. It wasn't about like that they can't go through. It's that they will stop going through the whole time. They won't be running around. They won't be able to like evade your army. Because you do have spearmen. They can stop the knights, but if they can keep running away from the spearmen,
Look
they can.
at the farms coming out for Nostanley. He's actually on 2k food a minute.
Ooh.
Doing very, very well. Is very happy. His knights just keep running circles around, and there's no problem with composition, right? Nostanley is full on knights.
How many stables does Nostanley have? Because I feel like
It's 4. Oh, he's on 8 now.
he could be pumping so many stables right now. Because look at that income. Like that's knight income. Like 2k food, 1/2k gold. You could be pumping knights.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
red pals.
oh my god! You saw an army in the base?
Yeah, it's been standing here
It
for.
just stands there.
We looked over here earlier.
He just doesn't want to end it. He
He's-
can end it. He can walk into the base with his army.
He's gonna
can
go.
just-
He's gonna go Imperial right now. So he's gonna get his knight upgrades in, and then he's probably gonna finish this game.
That makes
right?
sense. But
And
I think if he just walks in right now, he can do it. To be honest, I don't think he's gonna be able to be stopped.
okay, but let's talk about what went wrong for Haidilao here.
Yeah.
Right. Because it comes down to not really committing to anything. Right. He didn't commit to a really fast castle,
Yeah.
so that he could have better spearmen and crossbowmen. He's still not making crossbowmen, honestly, even though he
Yeah,
should
like
be.
1 or 2.
Something should he should be
Oh, yeah, it's
producing
got
units.
11 right now.
He did not stop the trade, despite scouting it out really early.
Yeah, he knew
right?
about it
As it was
early.
coming up. He scouted it out. He knew, hey, there are traders on the way. He should have sent. He should have just used an imperial official, supervised the barracks, made some spearmen, and sent them over there. Right?
Yeah.
Then, the Barbican never came up until
20
they were
minutes
both
in.
until they were both in castle already. It's
Oh, this is the bait. This was bait. It was a bait spearman.
no, this is actually very bad because you send in the one spearman, right? Nostanley gets an alert, right? Whereas when his army wasn't on top of it yet. If you move your whole army in immediately, all of the knights would have gone down already.
Yeah, true. That's another patch of knights. But it's only like 10% of what's coming, because it's coming through the middle right now. And oh boy, if they see this, The upgrades haven't come in yet, so...
Yeah, Royal Bloodlines is on the way. Elite Knights are on the way as well.
Army value of 15k against 3k.
Haidilao is going for the Elite Spearman. It is what he needs, and he's making some hand cannoneers as well. But only a single hand cannoneer, right? The problem is ultimately Haidilao's economy is just not there. It's just not there. I don't know if you realize just how many villagers he's actually lost, right?
Yeah.
Even with the 15 seconds recruit time, he's still very, very, very far behind. And it comes down...
He's on the attack now, but...
If your enemy's trading, if your opponent is trading, right, you need to go and deal with it. You can't just sit idly by and let them do whatever they want. Needs to stop running these spearmen because they're never going to get away.
Yeah, this army is dead.
When that army was charging, the spearmen should have been skewering. There's no better thing for Haidilao to do here. There are more spearmen somewhere, but they really should be making their way over here. We're still only on 2 barracks, obviously, and it's just not enough to deal with the huge mass of almost 75 knights here already.
This outpost is going to be deleted in a matter of seconds. And it's going to be the spearmen next.
Again, not a problem of composition. These are all spearmen versus knights, right? It's their direct counter, right? It's entirely their job to do this. And now thinking, hey, I need more barracks, but it's too late.
Yeah, a little
it's too late. And you don't necessarily need more barracks. You can just put an Imperial official onto your barracks, right? If you're like, well, I'm short on wood, but I do have an Imperial official, just supervise that barracks, right? It'll be a lot faster. You can get a lot more units out of your 150 wood that you're paying for that barracks.
The French players trying to search for those villagers, but they're almost all in the town center. It's just time to demolish all these landmarks, but they're giving up. Congratulations to the French player for winning this match. If you want to see some more Age of Empires, make sure to click on these playlists or on the videos, and make sure to subscribe to not miss any of our videos.